couple shots, keep shooting. Think you finna win a couple dots, keep losing. I mean super thick that a nigga keep chewing. Eat into the morning, cause the baby she choosing. You like it's ham, cause I know that she can do it. Got me on everything that I thought I wouldn't do. I'm on another level, bitch, I'm geek. Count up your words and watch how you speak. Reuse some shit that niggas never pick. Scale every fabric on me, shit ain't cheap. Quit all that cat and shit while you lying. I heard you got cat drugs the whole night.
The whole point that I was making actually about, you know, the natural habitat point, bruh. Like people being in their natural habitat. You are a natural entity, my guy. My girl. You know what I'm saying? Look at me getting all stuck on you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's up and it's stuck. No. Okay, we're not doing that. Nah, I just, you know, my visuals just got stuck. My fault for that. But yo, you're a natural entity, bro. You have a natural habitat, my person. You know what I'm saying? You have a natural habitat. Now you could go ahead and say your natural habitat is the family that you were born into. That's the space that reflects who you are. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I don't know, like just who you end up developing, who you end up being, ends up you know, being something that is not of your family. You know what I'm saying? You could feel so distant and so different from like the people that literally brought you to this world. You see what I'm saying? Literally. Now I don't know what causes that, but you know, through a process of elimination, you end up learning what makes you different from your family. You know what I'm saying? The interests that end up just like being of your own, you know, as per the world that influenced you and the world that raised you. Now we gotta also take into consideration the different, you know what I'm saying, generations that are involved within a family dynamic. What the hell is going on with my camera, dog? What is going on with my camera? Oh, that is weird. But hope y'all still kicking it with me. Hope that did not discourage you off of the video. But yeah, as I was saying, bro, there's family members that are like from an earlier generation than you. You understand what I'm saying? And so, you know, they may not understand what you may be going through as per, hold on, just give me a second, as per like what influenced you and like what made you make the decisions that you ended up making. You understand what I'm saying? So there could be a disconnect there. So what is your natural habitat when it comes to that kind of situation? It's the people that, like, you know, resonate with how you see things and, you know, your temperament towards the reality around you. Because, you know, I'm saying, like, as in your peers, you know what I'm saying, people that you like hang out with and people that are around your age group. You see what I'm saying? Like, they may be your natural habitat because you now I don't know, that kind of platform gives you a full opportunity to be your full self. You know what I'm saying? To where you know, the reality can be that at your natural habitat, like your biological natural habitat, right, your family space, there's certain things that you end up hiding and things like that. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm also trying to take into consideration that kind of reality. But when we're talking about like your natural habitat, bro, like where you are your full self, bro, like where you express your full self. Now look, I feel like it is possible for you to just have aspects of yourself that you express maybe in certain pockets of your reality. So at church, you are a certain aspect of you, at school, whatever, at work, whatever, depending on you know, the type of person you are, you know, with your girl, with your guy. You know what I'm saying? You're a different person. But at that point, right, I feel like that is probably an unhealthy psyche. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you need to be integrated at the end of the day. You need to have that spot where you can be all these things all at once. That's why I feel like it's important for people to move into their own spaces, bro, like, and be independent. You know what I'm saying? Tap into that sort of autonomy for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Where you can just like even if it's like within your own apartment, in your own home, whatever, where you are your own self, dude. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being religious with the religious people and then coming back and then come be a street guy with the street guys and then come back and then we out here making money with the business people. You know what I'm saying? It's like in your own space you can be all these things. You can express all these ideas, whatever. And whoever, you know, finds it valuable to kick it with you in that space, aka your partner, maybe your spouse, whatever, whoever wants to live with you forever in that sort of space, that's part of your natural habitat. That's part of your natural space, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so the integrated version of you, you know what I'm saying, with regards to what you express, like what aspects of you that you express, how you express yourself, you know what I'm saying, just fully like that, and having people that embrace that, having an environment that embraces you like that. And how you know it embraces you like that is, I feel like, you know, being constructive within that environment, you know what I'm saying, where you being there can benefit not only you but the people around you. I feel like that's how, you know, that's how you connect. That's how you know, bro, I'm home here. Whatever aspect of me, it's never cap, it's never lie, it's never, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I meant by natural habitat, though. But look at, speaking of natural habitat and just being naturally yourself, right? Look at the amount of, I feel like, yo, look at the amount of people or humanity that are on some sort of vice, bro. Some sort of social vice. Some, you know, something that they're hanging on to that kind of, you know, may be harmful for them. You know what I'm saying? The kind of vices, social vices that may be harmful for your body, for your mind, but all for the sake of just like getting through a certain pocket of reality. You know what I'm saying? Just like being in existence within a space where you're not naturally yourself. You may need some sort of substance. You may need some sort of some habit. You know what I'm saying? Some routine, something that just, you know, helps you escape from how reality moves. You know what I mean? And as I said, bro, it can be like something harmful or whatever. I'm talking about, maybe that is what I mean by a vice. It's that version of something that you can just like lose yourself into, but that kind of is harmful for you. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily, I'm not necessarily talking about the type of stuff you may be escaping into, but, you know, maybe something constructive, you know. Maybe you just like creatively stumbled upon a problem that you could solve. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and that was from you just escaping from whatever. You know what I mean? And then you escaped into like some business development strategies, this and that and the third. And yes, it's escapism because other things that are important as well around you are falling off. You know what I'm saying? And that is a negative aspect of that. So that's why that may be a vice, because of that negative aspect of it. But you know what I'm saying? You're changing lives, you da 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 da. So that may be a vice too. But my whole point is that, yo, a whole bunch of people are hanging on to vices, dog. My realization of that was just like, yo, people are not themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, natural, to a point where it's like this version of you that's driven by vices, that's that holds on to vices, you know what I'm saying, for the sake of life, for the sake of survival, for the sake of taking care of responsibility, for the sake of just like presenting yourself as focused. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, you still got, and I'm only mentioning this because, you know, it actually hit me, the amount of people that I like labor with, right, that I work with at work, you know what I'm saying, that like, yo, people hang on, especially when it comes to, yo, the alcohol, you know what I'm saying, the bottle demon, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's like even something that's kind of like done regular, almost made a norm for some people to just come to work like under the influence and things like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Even I myself, you know, I got to a point where, you know, I gotta hit the zone when I'm at work. It's all I can do is just be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Do my thing, do my thing, do my thing, keep focused. Yo, couple more hours go, alright, cool. You know, just, I don't know, man. I feel like maybe for the nerves. Whatever excuse I'm about to give you, it's about to be nothing but an excuse, but it happens. Okay? And this is kind of like reality that a whole bunch of people face. And, you know, why? Like, it's like, you know, I'm one of those why guys. I'm a why guy. I'm gonna ask why, like, why? Knowing damn well, like, nobody, like, who are you expecting, you know, to answer you on that? Why? Why is a lot of people more people than not hooked on vices? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. You gotta think about, you know, the mind that comes from just wanting to, you know, supplement for something that's missing. You know, it brought me to that sort of train of thought. Like, it's people wanting to supplement for something that's really missing. And it's unfortunate that, you know, it's the natural state of being. It's your natural you. You want to supplement, like, how you're supposed to be in this current moment. You know what I'm saying? With like an altered state of mind version of you, aka, you know, under the influence of whatever substance that you feel you need to get, you know what I'm saying, get through the day, to get through the night, the shift, the weekend. You know what I'm saying, this trip. Okay, yes, some, you know, it does get to a point where it's in the name of fun, it's in the name of relaxation. People work hard out here, you know what I'm saying? So it's only right, like, you know, to take the edge off for some people. That's why, you know, you find things like alcohol, like substances that are like legal. These things are legal. You know, but they're out here, but, you know, they're part of society. They have proven to be destructive. They keep proving to be destructive. You got things like, you know, cigarettes, you know, whatever. Bro, strip clubs. Like, what, you know, strip clubs. Like, whatever you can name that's sort of kind of destructive, but, you know, it's done, bro. It's done. I don't know, are strip clubs legal? They are, right? They're just a business establishment, whatever, you know. But I'm talking about these kind of things. You know, people want to numb the journey, bro. It's about numbing the journey because you're not naturally yourself. You have this limitation put on you. It's kind of like a nozzle that's like put on you. Is it a nozzle? You know, that thing that like holds the mouths of the dogs or whatever. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Right, but there's this like cap that's like put on you, like this containment, bro. Like, yo, boundaried up, bro. Can't breathe. You feel me? But then what's in front of you is nothing but this kind of reality itself. Perpetual. You know what I'm saying? Non-ending. But I mean, you know, you may be one of those individuals that tell yourself, yo, nah, situations change. I mean, I find myself in those kind of moments. Nah, bro, like, situations change always. I'm old enough to understand that they do. I've went through enough experience to understand that things always do change, bro. Like, things don't stay the same always. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that's all there is. And it's like, yo, nah, bro, like, all I need is this one little thing of mine, bro. Come on, bro. And I'm talking about like functional users of these things, or functional people that just like function under these states of minds, you know. But like it's a problem. I'm even talking about people that are like sexually promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? People that cannot like, yeah, the not being able to control your impulses, when that has went to a point where it's just a problem, bro. You try to marry somebody, try to hold something like, it's just a problem. Maybe you can hide it well. I don't know. That's why it continues to be a vice to you. And you know, you fuck, bro. Like, okay, that one is kind of like a tricky one to like explain for obvious reasons, but people are just like away from these natural habitats that I'm telling you about. And another thing, I wouldn't even blame people so much, because where would they even begin to seek like what's my natural space? Like, what's my natural space if I cannot even identify my natural self? Right? People are fragmented. People are different things in different spaces. And I feel like that's another thing that may add to pressure. That may add to the pressure. You being something that is totally different from another space that you may exist in. It's burdensome, because you may find pockets in that. You may find pockets in space B, right? Where like a version of you expresses itself in space A, but you're in space B now. But the version of you that expresses itself in space A, it wants to come out, but you're here in space B. Like for some other reason, because that's who you are, but somehow the awareness just doesn't connect. It doesn't connect, because it's like, yo, why are you in a space that just like welcomes perspective B only, when you know you're a person that also shares sentiment A? Be in a space that shares both of these things. What are we talking about? Okay, you cannot find that space outside of yourself. Be that space for yourself, even if it means your own house be where you express all of these aspects of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And when you are out in public, never be afraid to be like, yo, I am person that holds perspective A and B. Oh no, but that's too controversial. That's unpopular. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That's me. Natural habitat. And I feel like, you know, develop yourself into that kind of space to a point where, like, obviously, you know, people who are like-minded, or people who, they may not be like-minded, but they may support that, you know, that version of your being. I feel like once you create that for yourself, you've created your own natural habitat. I don't even think people need no vices at that point. Like, what vices are gonna like distract you from you creating your own like natural habitat? Let's talk about it. Nah, let's talk about it for real.